Hi, welcome to Two Non-Doctors.
I
Oh, sorry, I forgot my job. I'm Liz Mealy.
I almost said I'm Liz Mealy again. If you don't say anything, I just it's like a song now. It's not even
Yeah, yeah, you don't need
I'm Liz Mealy.
um we don't need to redo this, right? Right, audience?
No,
You know,
who
you know,
cares?
you know what this is.
Yeah, I should have worn my orange version of that top.
Oh yeah, we do legit have the same shirt. I love that.
Or coordinate next time.
Okay. I'll let you know. I'm going tie-dye and you'll be like, I hear you.
How's things? How's everything?
I don't know. It's so hot here. It is like I don't remember it ever being this hot this consistently. And every it feels like every other day we get like a heat warning and they're just like, "Hey, there's a heat wave. Don't use your air conditioning." And you're like, "What?"
What are you joking?
Like, but that's like
Just
pretty
want
much
all
the
the power to
message.
go out, all of, and then hospitals can't work. If you want to use your air conditioning, you selfish prick, go for it.
Yeah, and I'm actually somebody that rarely uses their air conditioning. So that's how I know it's hot. Like I use it at night. Like I need it to sleep at night, but like I need it I've needed it during the day because I can't like function. And then I don't know if the heat is affecting the internet or how internet works. I can't even begin to pretend to understand how anything works, but I've had internet outages twice a week, every week for a month, to the point where like I called up Spectrum to be like, "Hey, do I get money back? Like, why am I don't have internet?" And their whole rule is like, this is like so. This
Spectrum's
is
like,
so oh, we can't, oh no, we also have power outage.
what? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
And they're just like, oh no, sorry, we're in a tunnel. We're in a tunnel right now. I'm such a nightmare of a human. But like I called like the first time it happened like three times in a row. I was like, "Hey, do I get money back?" And they're like, "Oh, if it's over 4 hours, we'll give you some money back." But then you start to notice they're all like 3 hours and like 57 minutes. Like they made up their own rule and at
Oh,
least they abide by it. But I finally, after like 3 weeks in a row, and it's not planned. So I'm just like in the middle of an email and I'm just like, "Hey." Um, so I call up again and I was like, "Hey, I get your rule if it's over 4 hours, but they're all about 3.5 to almost 4 hours. I can see from the text messages you sent me, it's been 7 times in a row. That's almost 15 hours. I want it's accumulative. I've had to leave. I've had to go somewhere to find internet. You've ruined my day." I was like, "I want money back." And I got money back because
oh,
this
good
is
for
who I am.
you. You're so good at getting money back.
I got $22 back. I was pretty excited about it.
It has been consistently shit here. It's been consistently like 65, 70 and cloudy.
Rainy or just cloudy?
Yeah, that too.
Okay, great.
Cloudy, rainy. When the sun's out, it's not actually like warm. It'll be warm for like a few seconds, and then people go, "Oh," and it tricks you, and then you're freezing. And then, I mean, I would rather be this than what you're dealing with, but I haven't had a summer yet. We're gonna get a summer this weekend, and I feel like a
Congratulations.
divorced parent who never gets to see their kids, and I'm just like, what are we gonna do? How do we spend the time? I'm so
Yeah, yeah.
excited.
Okay, I planned out a whole itinerary. You're like have like truly like six beach bags. You're like, okay, first we're gonna do some volleyball. Then we're gonna go in the ocean. We're gonna rescue a dolphin. We have to rescue the dolphin this weekend because we can't get in the water any other weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
Something happening.
Yeah,
Your new neighbors.
yeah. There's a new Airbnb people, and I feel like he plays an instrument.
I actually think you'd be a really good like FBI agent. Like, you know what I mean? Like you have to go into like some room and they're just like, "Maria, are they in this room or that room?" And you're like, "I hear somebody eating chips. They're definitely in this room."
It's, okay. I don't think FBI would FBI agents be there on the scene as
And they're
I
about
guess
to,
so.
they're about to break in a door,
Like
right?
FBI, yeah, and they have that thing.
Yeah.
But
But
yeah, all
you,
right. I'd be good
yeah,
for look, if anybody needs to hear anything from any distance, just call me.
it's like I stumbled across an account on Instagram where it's a girl that lip reads. So you'll see like this kind of far away footage of like a runway or oh, where'd you go?
What? What
What
is
happened?
this?
What happened to your video?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but your video went away. What? What?
Your power's so bad it messed me up.
I see it. I see that. I,
What?
I did that happen
Oh, he's
organic?
playing the goddamn piano. Losing my mind. Where am I?
I don't know.
I hated that.
Hmm.
The good thing about the piano is most people lose interest pretty quickly.
Yes. I do think, I mean, unless it's like you forced your kid to do it and they have to do it. But
Yeah.
if it's unless it's your job,
Most people plunk around for a few minutes and they go, whatever, find something else to do.
oh my God, I was Maria angry, like legit, like filled with rage. I was in Denver, I think this was in early March, and we just got through one of the worst snowstorms I've ever experienced. Like truly, I would say second worst snowstorm I've ever driven through. And Evan was driving through it, and I was just my job was to
I
just make sure
remember. Yeah.
we were going straight. And he's
Yeah.
like, "Hey, are we on the road?" And I'm like, "I have no idea." But I mean, I was as focused as if we were driving. It was so stressful. So we hadn't checked into our hotel. And it was better once you got into Denver. It was just when you were like high up altitudes. So he double parks. I run in to check in, and there's a piano in the lobby. It's midnight, by the way. This guy at midnight is playing a full fucking, jazz recital or
No.
whatever on the piano as nobody else is around, and it's just me and this guy. And I'm like, hey, there should be a reservation under Mealy. And he's like, what? And I'm like, M. And he is like, Michael. And I was like, no, no, Mealy. Like, and I'm like, is this? He's like, for the last hour. And I was
Oh
like,
my God.
so like we get through, but like as he's checking us in, I'm just like feeling more enraged because all I can think is it's midnight. And this guy who it's just him and this other guy, he didn't go to be like, hey, would you like a recital? Like, I was like, I was so when I was coming in with the bags, if he was still there, I was gonna be like, you're a monster, but he ended up leaving. But I looked at the guy checking me in and I was like, he's like, thank God. But like he can't say anything. He's like the whole thing about
No.
hotels is hospitality. I was like, but I can be a cunt. I can
Yeah.
absolutely be that person for you.
Oh my God, you're such a hero. He's like, for an hour. And you're like, I
Yeah.
got you.
Yeah. Girl, I will bring the jersey.
Did we derail from something though?
Probably.
Eat and internet, you got your money back. I don't have a son, no weekend, and then yeah, and then we're talking about being a divorced parent who gets their kids. Do people, you have Lime bikes in New York?
We have city bikes, but it's the same.
Do people ride them without paying for them? And because it makes this really now loud noise. It's like ding, ding,
Oh,
ding, 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 ding as they ride by, and
almost like they have like a boot on their bike.
exactly, or yeah, and like it kind of sounds like Santa's sleigh as it goes by, but I know it's like louder than that, like on the actual street. But it's always teenagers, and I almost feel like it's like a badge of honor for them. It feels like they're just like, yeah, I didn't pay for this shit.
So I guess my question is, how are they able to do that? Because like city bike, is Lime bikes where you can park it anywhere? Because city bikes have the little station and I think it locks it in.
No,
And
you
then
can
when you,
just people just leave them on the street like they're garbage. Just like I feel bad for
cool.
these bikes. They're like on their side. And they're like, I'm just trying to help you.
Yeah, I just want you to get to work on time. Why
Fuck
are you?
away from me. Done with you.
I do think because like I think like there's certain states that have or cities that have the Lime scooters, like the little scoots. Um, and I haven't seen the bikes as, you know, they usually have like a docking station. They're not as like dismissed or whatever. But I think there was a lawsuit because people were leaving them truly anywhere and they were blocking like how handicapped people would get up on the sidewalk. Like if you were in a wheelchair, like they were blocking important things because people literally would just leave them anywhere. And then I think in like Providence, they're like half of them are in the river. Like they're
Oh
just like
no.
people just fucking throw them. But like I
Never.
understand what they were trying to do with convenience, but you're right. It's like litter. It's like
I,
metal litter
I wonder
everywhere.
how they fare in, what was it, Philly with the robot or Boston? I know we fought about this.
Oh, it was Philly.
Yeah.
It was so Philly that when we argued about it, I was like, I'm not even like I'm 100% sure it got destroyed in Philly, and it did.
Yeah.
But yeah, that robot that literally went across the entire United States, and everybody was like, get home safe, robot." And then Philly's like, "What the fuck are you doing here?"
Everybody's waving off the robot with flags and like, they're just giving it like a parade and like everybody was so happy with that
Bonjour,
thing.
hola, howdy, partner. And then Philly's like, "What are you doing?
Yeah.
You've traveled a long way all by yourself. Hope you know you're never gonna see your family again."
Damn.
Proud
Making
of
me
you,
laugh
Philly.
for this robot. I I was sad for the robot when it happened. We don't have to talk about the robot. It does make me sad.
It's gonna be okay.
No.
No, no, my baby. I'm trying to think. I've been like, I don't know. I can't seem to get anything done. I have big ideas. I have hopes and dreams, but I'm
Well,
getting
it's
almost.
hot. Is it because of the heat?
Yeah, but it's also like I feel like most people feel this way where like you go on a vacation or you go on a trip or you have to go away for work, whatever it is, and then you come back and it's like now your life has doubled because like home stuff is piled up, you got to do laundry, you got to clean your place, you got to whatever. But then like you haven't seen people in a while, so you're like, "Well, I want to see my friend. I haven't seen my friend in a month." Da, 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 da. And then it's like the rest of the stuff. Like I feel like I have like a pile of life that I'm trying to attend to, and under that pile is like I want to write. I have like work
Yeah.
stuff I want to do, and I'm not getting.
Yeah.
And I'm
You,
barely attending to my life as well. That should also be
well, where's
noted.
your time going?
I don't know.
Is it that you have a boyfriend?
Some of that is like I definitely spend more time going back and forth, and like so does he. Like we're pretty good at splitting our time. Um, I mean, yesterday specifically, I had to go to the venue I'm shooting my special out and like plan stuff and like talk to the producer and talk. My brother's doing background stuff and like whatever, whatever. But then my brother came over and like my brother just upends my day. In the nicest way possible. Like I'm happy he's there or whatever. But like as soon as he left, I was like, it's
Yeah.
5 p.m. and I've done nothing, almost nothing. And
Yeah.
my place is dirtier somehow.
Yeah. Well,
That's what's
as
it.
we've witnessed from the self-cleaning oven, he cleans and it's worse.
I love them so much. It is still not okay. I was like, I'm just gonna let that oven be what it is.
Oh,
That's,
really? Oh, no.
yep, yep, it is. It's gross. Cause like they said to clean the cleaning that the self-cleaning oven did is like another thing. And I was like, no, not doing that.
I'm not doing the extra step.
I use this oven 5 times a year. I am not doing that.
It's like if you go to the dentist and they're like, they dig up all the shit and they're like, now all you have to do. And I'm like, what do you mean all I have to do? I've come to the dentist, you do the whole thing.
So, so I did go to the dentist for the first time, I think in 3 years, a couple of days ago, because Evan told me he didn't want to date somebody that didn't have teeth. And then he taught me the phrase summer teeth. Have you heard of summer teeth?
No, but I cannot wait to learn. And it's so funny that he made you go to the dentist. Wait, how often do you go to the dentist?
I think the last time I went was in 2021, and the time before that was like 4 years before that.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Okay.
really bad. I'm really bad. Um, in my defense, um, not last time, so not 2021, but probably 2016, whenever that was. I had 4 cavities and I had to get one root canal, and it ended up being like over $4,000 worth of damage. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
also I mean, I think we're scarred from my dentist. We went to like a family friend dentist our whole lives. And I just found out recently my mom hated him. I didn't like him. My brother didn't like him. My sister, like, he just sucked, like, as a person. And I was like, oh, I felt bad because he was like a family friend, but he sucked. He sucked. It was unenjoyable every time, and I would avoid it. And so anyway,
Not
Evan
really
was
an
like,
enjoyable trip to the dentist.
it isn't, but there are people there's when something is uncomfortable, there's people that understand. Like your gyno is like, this is an uncomfortable situation. Just so you know, this is what we're doing. Hey, this is a
Oh,
little
there's no bedside manner.
yes. Yes,
Okay.
exactly. On top of the fact that not only are you not assessing the situation is difficult, scary, hard, you as a person aren't a comfortable person.
Okay, I get that. I had a boyfriend whose dentist name was Dr. Payne.
Nope. Nope. You're in the wrong. You become a lawyer or a WWE wrestler. You can't be a doctor, dude. You can't do that.
I gotta
Nah.
go see Dr. Payne.
Yeah, dude.
You're
No,
already in a bad mindset when you show up.
that's too on the nose. I don't like that. But summer teeth is the same. It's similar to butterface. So butterface is but her face. Summer
Yeah.
teeth is some of her teeth.
Okay. Okay. So is he saying you have that now, or it's like you'll
No,
eventually?
he said, I don't, if you keep not going to the dentist, you're going to lose your teeth. And I don't want a girlfriend with summer teeth.
Oh, okay. I see. All right. Well, that's pretty vain of him. What happened to thick and thin, Evan?
Yeah, I'll let him know. But he was like, dude, you gotta go. You need to take care of yourself. I mean, I think it's funny to have the role reversal of nagging.
I've
Um,
never, if anyone, I would in my life, I would have to tell to take care of themselves. It's not you, Liz Mealy, who has a podcast full of questions about how to take care of yourself.
I know. I have to say,
A
dentist
little
is,
credit where credit is due, Evan. I'm serious. This girl cares so much about her health. Like, I can't, we've 5 years we've dedicated to this motherfucking podcast. And you're just going to come in and say, I don't want some of your teeth missing. You need to take better care of yourself. Go fuck yourself. Do you have any idea?
so I went. It had been years. It was quite painful. Dude, so she's cleaning my teeth and she was like, hey, you should spit. I go to spit, it's all blood. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, am I in a fight? Like I truly felt like somebody punched me. I spit out a tooth and I just kept fucking fighting. Like I was like, ugh. So that and she was like, hey, if you keep doing this and you do it right, because I was very honest. I was like, hey, I haven't been here in years and I'm not good at this stuff. And she was like, if you keep going, it won't be as painful, blah, blah, blah. I have 4 cavities. They're baby cavities.
Oh,
He was
okay.
he was very gentle. Half the reason I went is because the x-rays and the cleaning are together because I always denied the x-rays because it's like the cleaning will be like, let's say like 150 and the x-rays will be like 400 and I'll be like, I'll just have the cleaning. Thank you so much. I was like, and that's where my joke came from. Like, I'm not gonna buy your bad news pictures. Like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Um, so it sucks. I have like whatever. I have to go handle them. They're baby ones, they're not bad ones. But I don't know, dude. The dentist is just they were very friendly. I will say this. Like she'll be like if she was like on robot mode. She was like, do you floss? And I go, yeah, actually I floss every night. And she goes, okay, that's really good. Flossing, and then she would tell me all the benefits of flossing. And then
Mm.
she'd be like, what kind of toothbrush do you use? And I was like, oh, just like a regular toothbrush. She was like, well, the what do you call it? The speedy ones, the what's the robot ones?
Electric toothbrush?
Electric. Thank you. I could not think of that word. Dude, my brain is
AI toothbrush.
the AI toothbrush. If you use the AI toothbrush, and then she goes, I was like, oh no, I just use a regular toothbrush. And she goes, oh, if you use an electric toothbrush, these are all the benefits. Da, 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 da. But it was just like
Did she try
somebody
to sell
giving,
you one though?
she wasn't trying to sell me like their electric toothbrush. She was just selling me on the idea of,
No, but she didn't have any in store that she was like, or in office that she was like,
I
but I have
mean,
one here.
when you're sitting in a chair, you're looking at like two of them that are just happen to be sitting there, right? But
In
then
their
at the
packages waiting to be bought or just electric toothbrushes?
I don't think you can buy them there. I don't know. I have no
Okay,
idea.
that's all I'm asking. Because when I went to the dentist and they were like, "Oh, do you want to buy it? You should use electric toothbrushes. Here's all the benefits, and here's a coupon." But they were like $275, and you had a bit of a rant about that, and you were
I
like,
did.
$2.
It is.
Toothbrushes are $2.
And they give them for free if you go to the dentist. Like, Christ.
Yeah. So, okay. All right. So good. Electric toothbrushes are worth it, according 2 out of 2 dentists so far that we've talked to agree.
I still feel like it can't be that much better. Like, if they said, hey, if you use an electric toothbrush, you'll never have a cavity again, I would buy it in a heartbeat, right? Because you're literally saving money. But they're always like, it just does a kind of better. It always, they sell it as
Ask
it
you
does.
something. If you went to you took your clothes in to be washed and folded, right? Wash and fold service.
Mm-hmm.
They said that we didn't use, we are done with washing machines. What we did was we scrubbed your clothes against that metal scrapey thing they used to do back in the day. And
Mm-hmm.
that's how we washed it and we folded it. Would you be just as happy with the cleaning that they've done?
If they're clean, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then enjoy your summer tea.
We've legit reached like sibling level where I'm like, I don't care. I like being, I don't care that this shirt doesn't fit. I'm just going to wear it and I feel pretty in it. Like, just insane, like, won't
Like
back
disgusted
down,
with vomit, but yeah, fine. Yeah.
will refuse to say that I'm wrong, stare you in the eyes. I'm really proud of the growth in our relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. I love having 4 teeth. Thank you for asking. Thank you.
Yeah, I get that though. I go to the dentist once or twice a year for cleanings.
That's good. That's apparently what you're supposed to do. My sister left me a 5-minute voicemail about the benefits of dental insurance. And
But you floss every night.
I do. I'm really, I care about my teeth. I brush my teeth 3 times a day. I floss. I had braces twice. So like there is always something stuck in at least 2 of my teeth. Like if I didn't want to floss, I couldn't not floss because I can feel it. Like I
Yeah.
literally can feel it in my teeth. I carry
Yeah.
floss around with me.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. Because
Yeah.
there's something gets lodged.
No, and I can't think straight. Like I'm just like all I know is that there's something.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of the grossest things I actually probably said to Evan is we were like we were getting ready for bed. I was flossing my teeth and I was like, "Oh my God, this is all the meat." Like it was so much meat.
That's really
Like
gross.
I was like, "Oh yeah." And I showed him because I'm that girlfriend.
Ew, did you make him smell it?
No, I think smelling it is too far. What I do appreciate about Evan, he's like, "Yeah, it's a lot of meat." Like, you know what I mean? Like just like truly like,
But he's
"Yep,
a
that's what
zit popper, isn't he? Like he
he
pops
is."
you. Ugh, that's disgusting. But I
Yep.
mean, you got to have those people in the world, though.
No, dude, I think, and he's so excited about it. He would be such an incredible. I tell him this all the time. I was like, you'd be an incredible esthetician. He's like, I'm an editor. I was like, yes. But if for some reason nobody needs you as an editor, I really think you would find just as much joy as an esthetician.
Estheticians love to show you your blackhead gunk. Like, see what I see, this one I got, and you're like, get away from me!
He
Don't.
does it every single time, every
Ugh.
time.
Yeah.
And I have to be like, not, no. He went after I had a full face of makeup and he went after my face. And I was like, first of all, you cannot do it when I have makeup on. You need to go back to school. Second of all, there's got to be, you have to ask. This is my face. You have to, there has to be some kind of consent to pimple popping. There has to be.
Yeah. No, oh, we can't just attack you with the fingers. Like he has to
Yeah.
ask. You have to ask
Oh,
100%.
yeah.
You can like attack me with like a massage, you
Oh,
know.
for sure. That's
It'll
always
take me a
welcome.
second. I'll go, ah, and then I'll go, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay. I see what you're doing. Should we get into
Oh,
announcements?
yeah. And also I wanted to read a YouTube comment
Oh,
that I really
oh
liked.
yeah.
Maybe not the whole thing because it's a little long, but I liked it. But yes.
Do you want to do, oh, let's do YouTube comment first.
Okay, so this is in reply to, you know how you said the water you drank on the farm was cloudy?
Mm-hmm.
Um, he goes, so he goes, So hard water, in quotes, is water which comes from areas with limestone rocks. Limestone is almost entirely calcium carbonate, which dissolves pretty easily. Well, easily for a rock. So water from those areas will have a good bit of calcium carbonate dissolved in it, but how much can be dissolved in the water depends on the temperature. The warmer water gets, the less calcium carbonate it can keep dissolved. So if you heat the water, like in an electric kettle or a washing machine, after a while you notice a buildup of thin white material over the surfaces touching warmer water. You would both have had hard water where you were in Dublin. Most of Ireland has limestone rocks under the surface. So this is the problem with the UK too, is all the electric kettle like always has like these little flakes of white in it from the limestone. So it was
I
interesting to know.
remember when we stayed at the Airbnb and she said, "Hey, if you're gonna use the kettle, you have to use the Brita water to
Yeah.
use the kettle because she didn't want that buildup." I
Yeah.
I remember that so specifically.
It's very smart, but and then you realize that the buildup doesn't actually hurt you, and you're just like, oh, it's fine. And actually, like I think I might be wrong, but I think it lowers the pH of the water or heightens it, or it does something with the pH, and actually it's better for you.
Ugh.
Um, Okay, so that doesn't sound like what you're describing about the look of the water lids. Actually, I think you have the right answer there, Maria. I think the cloudiness is likely to be from small air bubbles in the water. That's just due to changes in pressure along the pipes and is totally harmless. However, that's not why it tastes different. The answer to that is closer to the hard water thing. It's about what's dissolved in the water. Now, I don't know exactly where you were, but and he gets really into like this is the impressive part. I mean, it's all impressive, but the western part of New York State mostly has rocks from the Devonian period, 420 to 360 million years ago, formed in a huge delta where rivers dumped sand and silt eroded from the newly formed Appalachian Mountains into a shallow sea. The reservoirs for New York City's water supply are in this area just west of the Hudson River, about halfway to Albany. The eastern, because they're always talking about how good New York water is, and maybe
It
that's
is.
why.
It's really good.
The reservoirs for New York City, Albany. The eastern and northern parts of the state are mostly metaphoric rocks, metamorphic rocks.
I was just, I like metaphoric.
You know how rocky life is around. Anyway, originally formed hundreds of millions of years even earlier, and then subjected to huge pressures and temperatures deep under those Appalachian Mountains and an even older mountain range, the Grenvillian. Wow. You would have different things dissolved in the water in those different regions, only extremely tiny amounts, but still noticeable to sensible taste buds. Or could it be even simpler? The cloudy water thing often happens in water from wells, and if it's a farm, chances are their water comes from their own well, in which case it hasn't gone through the same treatment system as the public water supply, still cleaned but in a different way. Well water often contains higher levels of dissolved stuff compared to the public water supply, including stuff dissolved in the form of local soils. Um, and from the local soils. I've drunk well water here in Ireland, which was brownish in color, totally safe, but noticeably different. So ask your friend if the water comes from a well. I think that's probably the answer.
He should be on our podcast. What are
That
we
was
doing?
incredible.
Yeah, dude, tell us about rocks.
I
Who was
loved
that?
that. Huh?
Who was that? Who was the person?
Oh, his username is at Brandon Anrao, Anraoi.
Thanks, Brandon.
Thank you, Brandon.
Um,
Brandon. It's
it's
ooh.
it's so funny because it's like I notice I'm like I think there was a recall on like Fiji water. I think Fiji water is disgusting, like genuinely gross. And then when somebody told me there was some kind of like recall on the water, I was just like, even when there was not a recall, I think like I don't, it's in like green rooms and I hate it, like genuinely hate it. So like there is like, I like New York water. I can drink tap water, not like, nobody, like I have a filtery thing, but even like anywhere in the city, just tap water tastes good. But like me and my sister were both upstate and we were like, this is undrinkable. And the cloudiness mentally doesn't make you feel more comfortable, but even without the cloudiness, like it just doesn't taste good.
Yeah, that doesn't help. So just for time, let's do the announcements and then Google's.
Yeah. I am touring again in August, so you can come see me in Montreal and Toronto, Boston. Everything's at lizmealy.com.
MariaShahada.com. It has all like where I'm performing. And you can follow us at Two Non-Doctors, number two, Full Word Doctors on YouTube and Twitter, and Two Non-DRS on Instagram. And write to us at twonondoctors@gmail.com if you want to respond to anything we're saying. And thank you to all our Patreons, our patrons. You guys are the best. Liz, really, she's really thankful too. She's just
I
texting right
am.
now.
Sorry, my brother called because he's coming over later and I had to be like, I'm doing a podcast. I am
Okay.
grateful.
Um, I think my Google's quick. I'll just go first.
Yeah, go.
But basically, because I was watching The Sopranos, and spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen The Sopranos, but you should watch it if you haven't. It's amazing. I'm watching it for the second time, which is, I think if you really enjoy something, you should watch it multiple times just to get different layers of things. But Tony gets shot in the stomach, and he's going for the 911 phone call, and then they say 911, what's your emergency? And he's not able to say anything. And then, cut to, he's in the hospital. So I said, does 911 come if you don't say anything?
It does.
It does. Yeah. So like they will listen for what's going on, any background noises, any breathing or whatever. They'll try to figure out what's going on and then respond accordingly, and they will come get you. If you call and hang up, they will call you back to see if you're okay. And if you call 911 and you're in the UK, you may be transferred to the 999 call system because it's 999 here.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's basically it.
So dumb follow-up, but there was some meme video or whatever where he trained this guy who I think maybe had seizures or whatever, trained his cat to do the instant dial, like the instant emergency dial of on his phone or whatever. Didn't think his cat registered it, passes out, and then the cat hit it.
Oh,
Nothing, you hear nothing, right? Because he's I think maybe having a seizure, and the cat can't say anything. And they showed up, and it was 100% because this cat
I
is a
love that because the cat knows where its food's coming from.
yeah, and he was like,
And and so while he's being trained, he's going, go fuck yourself, dude. Like, fuck this guy. And the guy's like, it's not registering, he's not paying any attention. And then he has a seizure, and the cat's like, well, if I want to eat, fine.
yeah, almost passive aggressive, just like they will do anything not to feed you. I swear to God. I mean, that is like, I think you almost have to come even like if people don't pick up. Like I feel like that's like half the emergencies are like you're lucky I got this far. But
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
but
right.
that has to be scarier
But there's probably just as many like prank phone calls or accidental phone calls or butt dials.
sure, especially now with it being so easy to, you know.
Yeah,
And I
like
would
you're
think
calling the
more would
emergency thing on your phone.
and I would think more would happen because yours is 999, right?
Yeah, maybe so. But even Apple has its own emergency like way of calling. Like if you hit the side button a bunch of times, there's some way that I've accidentally called for emergencies like so many times.
Yeah.
Um, so that's why I was like, well, do they take action if nothing is being said?
Yeah. But yeah, I'd rather them take it seriously.
Yeah.
Um, my Google, I mean, you can kind of see it. I have a rash like all around my face and like down the side, and it's so itchy. And at first I was like, "Oh my God, my eczema is coming back. This is so weird." Like it was just so instant and so itchy, and that's not my eczema is uncomfortable, but it's not that itchy. I think it's heat rash, which is something I started getting when I was a teenager. Um, but oh crap, am I on the wrong thing? Um, Heat rash. So I was trying to figure out if it's heat rash or eczema. Eczema. Be helpful if I could spell it. I will say this, they now do these AI overviews when you Google stuff, and it is quite helpful. Um, So it basically says heat rash and eczema are both red and itchy rashes that occur in the same areas. However, they do have some differences. Eczema tends to look more patchy and scaly, while heat rash tends to look and feel more like distinct bumps. I have like bumps here, I think what's weird is I was dealing with eczema like over my eyelid and here when I was swimming, but also now I'm thinking maybe that was heat rash. The weirdest thing is like, okay, so it says eczema can appear anywhere, but it often develops behind the knees, the inner parts of the elbows, on your hands, on your head, and your scalp. Heat rash is more prevalent in the folds of skins and areas where clothing rubs against it. So it's like both of these still don't match.
Yeah.
And then heat rash is caused by sweat, while eczema is a chronic condition triggered by allergens like food, lotions, even stress. Eczema is also influenced by genetic, blah, blah, blah. Um, but like the biggest thing is like they said heat rash, like once you're not hot, you're fine. But like I'm not. Like I even tried like whether it's eczema or heat rash, like you can put ice on it to just it helps with the itchiness. Like I was itchy all last night. I had trouble sleeping last night because I'm itchy. I would say it's like 20% less itchy right now, but like it's super red and it's itchy and it's like
You are still always hot though, because it's hot out, right?
sure, but I was like inside. So like I started noticing it when I was inside. I was itchy. I figured it would go away after a couple of hours and then
Yeah.
it's been now a full day. And it's like, not my face, man.
Yeah, I know
Not my
anywhere
face.
but. Yeah.
Like this, like, it's my whole face. Like, not my face. Like, if I was itchy and it was ugly and it was my arm, I'd be like, but it's like the added layer of like, it's itchy and it's on my face.
Yeah.
And like, you don't want to put makeup over it. Like, you know what I mean? I don't want to agitate it more. I just want it to fucking go away. And
Are
I
you
would
putting
like to
anything
know
on it for like the itching?
I think the other thing is like I don't want to put something on it. Like if it is eczema, you know, put something on it and then fucking make my face worse. I'm just gonna ice it, I guess. Like I'm gonna try icing it today. I don't know. I'm very like I'm angry. I'm angry. Like when I had eczema, like because I'm pretty sure because I touched this necklace, I had eczema over my eye and on my neck. It took like a month to go away. I mean, I would have good days and bad days of it like flaring up and then kind of coming down, but it took about a month to go away. And then it kind of got, again, I don't know now if it was heat rash or eczema, but swimming in chlorine for 2 days, my face was very, and again, the chlorine issue where it was here. So that's why I was like, oh, it's eczema. But then it's like, I don't know, like I looked at pictures and I think it's heat rash. God, I kind of hope it's heat rash because that's the one that goes away quicker. But
Remember when
when I,
doctors used to listen to this? I wish they would come back.
yeah, doctor, we need our doctor audience. But no,
Yeah.
I know we have to go soon, but like I I don't know. I also ate garbage yesterday, so I'm sure my body was just like, this is what you get.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
we asked for real food, and I was like, you get banana bread.
There's bananas in it. That's not terrible, but
Sure,
yeah.
it also had chocolate in it. It's so good.
Oh my God, it
There's
sounds amazing. I think I
yeah.
know the place you went to.
Yeah. It's the worst discovery I've ever made.
Oh,
All right. Well, hopefully my face will be better next week and I can talk about other things. Um, but here we are taking care of ourselves. We'll see you guys next week.
see you next
Thank you
week.
so much.
Thanks. Bye.